I'm author Sarah A. Chrisman, and today I am frying up a turkey egg. Now, I've got my pan heating behind me, medium-low about, and I should point out that frying up a turkey egg is really no different from frying a chicken egg, but it does give me an opportunity to talk about relative sizes, which is kind of fun. So here we have a bantam chicken egg, and so this is from one of our little Easter egger bantams. I had one from our meal floor bantams too, but Psyche ate it. She just couldn't wait. And so, whoops, hang on there, kiddo. So besides the the Easter egger bantam, which again is about the same size as a meal floor, and the meal floor are also called the calico chickens, so they're fun little pet chickens. Then I have an Iowa blue egg. And so the Iowa Blues are a variety of homesteading chicken. These are ferocious little attack chickens. They are troopers. They will get through anything. Very hardy homesteading chickens. You can always count on them. And so their eggs are a little bigger than the Banties. And then a little bigger than them, we have the blue egg from our blue eggers, and this is a breed of chicken that's been bred to have large eggs and large blue eggs. This is it's a type of Americana. It's a black Americana, and so this is a variety of chicken who, if you traced out their pedigree, it would go back to a particular breed of chicken that came from South America that laid green eggs, and then they bred them enough so they got blue eggs out of them, which is kind of fun. And then the biggest one of all is the turkey egg, and it's pretty large. So you really only need one. Now the difference between a turkey egg and a chicken egg, mostly, the turkey egg is going to be a little bit richer, a little bit. It's not a huge dramatic difference in the flavor between the two, but the turkey egg is a little richer, does have a little more nutrition to it, which is what makes it a richer flavor. I'm greasing my pan so that the egg won't stick, just like with the chicken egg. There we go. Okay. And some people like to crack the egg directly into the pan. I like to crack it into a separate bowl because you never know when you're going to get into a bad egg, and that way you have a little less of a mess. It's easier to clean it out of the bowl than, Psyche, I gave you an egg. This one's mine. So if you do get a bad egg, it's easier to clean it out of the bowl than out of the pan. So you just slip that in. Let it cook till the white's firm enough to flip it, obviously, just like a chicken egg. And Psyche, I suppose you want another egg. That sounded like a yes. Okay, we will give you another egg. Before I'm done, you're going to have eaten a whole lot of them. Okay, yes. Yes, here you go. Here you go. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm waiting for the edges to get firm so that I can flip it. And I don't know if the terminology is the same throughout the English-speaking world. I would be kind of curious about that. So if you're in England or Ireland or Australia or New Zealand or one of those other countries that speak English as a first language other than America, let me know if you use these same terms because it would be interesting to find out. So here, if you have the egg cooked on just one side, that's sunny side up. If you flip it, but just barely leave it in the pan so that the white is still a little runny, that is over easy. If you cook it a little longer on that second side so that the white is firm but the yolk is runny, that's over medium. And if you cook it so thoroughly on both sides that nothing is runny at all, then that's over hard, or well done, or cooked through. Lots of different terms for that one. But sunny side up is the one that generally confuses most people because it's the least intuitive of those. So if you have any different terms in different English-speaking countries, let me know in the comments. I'd be curious. Okay, I'm going to put a little salt on that. Again, just like a chicken egg. And I'm going to leave the pepper until I take it off the heat because the pepper keeps its flavor better that way. Did you finish that off? No, you didn't finish that. Okay, well you can have my shoulder again. That's fine. That's your place in the world. And I like to wait till the edges are brown so that the yolk doesn't get broken when I flip it. So while that's cooking, I'll tell you about our turkeys. We have Bourbon Reds. Bye-bye. Our turkeys are Bourbon Reds, which is a variety of heritage turkey that almost went extinct, actually. In the 19th century, when this breed was first recognized, it was first recognized the year our house was built, so that was 1908. And so just barely into the 20th century. And this is a breed of turkey that comes from the South, and it is known for having very flavorful dark meat. It was a very prized turkey in the early 20th century when it first came out because of all its flavorful dark meat. But then the fashion shifted and people started preferring white meat. And so farmers stopped breeding the Bourbon Red, and the breed almost went extinct because these are not wild turkeys. This is a variety of domestic turkey that if people weren't growing them, they weren't going to survive as a breed. But then, early 21st century, the slow food movement started promoting these older breeds of turkeys and a few other heritage animals for their flavor and strength, because Bourbon Reds are a lot hardier than the broad-breasted white, which is the one you usually see in the grocery store. They're a much healthier bird, and they can subsist on their own a lot better, which is why homesteaders like them. But when the breed had almost gone extinct, they started to get very expensive because there weren't many left. Okay, it's getting brown around the edges. I'm going to flip it. I like mine over medium, so I'm not going to leave it in there very long. And when the slow food movement started promoting these heritage breeds for their healthy vigor and their good flavor, then people started to get interested because the slow foods movement got gourmet chefs in on the action. And once the gourmet chefs were buying these birds to cook so that they could have them in their restaurants, then that brought down the price down. That brought the price down for everybody. And so then homesteaders could start growing them again, which is pretty cool. And now that the breed has been brought back from the brink of extinction, there were only about 1,000 left before the slow food movement got in on it and started promoting the Bourbon Red. But now there are quite a lot of these birds around. They're a particular favorite with people who grow their own birds. They're still not really common on the commercial scene, but they're very popular with people who raise their own birds. And I just love the Bourbon Reds. They're beautiful birds. Everyone who comes over tells us that our turkeys are the most beautiful turkeys they've ever seen. It's like, oh, thanks. And I kind of wondered about that until I saw the ones at the fair that were the broad-breasted white. And I was like, yeah, compared to the broad-breasted whites, our turkeys are actually quite pretty. But they got great eggs. And they lay kind of on, not quite as many eggs as our chickens, but almost. They're actually on par with our Banty chickens in terms of how many eggs they lay. It's about 4 or 5 eggs a week, which is not bad. It's certainly all you need because one turkey egg will fill you up. They're quite large and a little more rich and nutritious than the chicken eggs. So there we go. Thank you for watching today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a nice thumbs up and remember to tell your friends about my books. Happy reading!